Hey, let me give you a tour of my YouTube studio. Let me give you a hand. All right, so the key to any YouTube studio is the backdrop, right? Before, this was just a plain white wall. And I thought to give it a facelift, it would be cool to put in these walnut panels. And they also have sound treatment as well. And it just, makes it look more chic. Now, these were actually pretty easy to put up. I just had to cut a little bit off the bottom and then screw them in. And I had my dad help me out with this. But yeah, it's just a pretty simple way to add a little style to your backdrop. Now, I also added a neon sign. Well, technically it's not neon, it's LED. And I also added my YouTube silver play button here, and of course, a little fake plant on the right. I also have just like some shelves from IKEA that I put right here with a few little items on it that just help add to the backdrop. And over here, you can see I also added some acoustic fabric sound panels. Now I haven't added all of them up. I've added a few to the ceiling, but those are actually pretty hard to put up because I didn't want the tape, the adhesive that it comes with, to tear the wall if I ever have to take them off. So I put up this pegboard behind it, screwed it in, and then put the adhesive on top of that. And holding your arms up and doing that on the ceiling just takes a really long time. But I still have a few more to put up, so hopefully we'll get that done soon. But so far, when I record with my good studio microphone, it sounds pretty good, even though there is a little bit of echo still that I need to fix that you might hear from the lavalier mic. But I'll tell you more about this microphone in a little bit. Now you'll notice that there's quite a bit of space between my desk setup and my backdrop. It's about, 6 feet or so. And the reason why I have this distance is because I wanted to create depth of field, right? So when I sit at my desk, the background feels farther away. And so when I'm filming on my nice Canon EOS R setup, which I'll show you in a second, it just creates more depth of field between where I sit and the background because I'm in focus and the background is just slightly blurry. So the main desk that I have here is the FlexiSpot Comhar 48-inch all-white standing to sitting desk. And it's great because it was easy to put together and it has 4 different modes. So I can easily create different presets for when I'm sitting and standing. And what I really like is that it has a drawer. So I can put little notes or any cables or anything that would normally create clutter on my desk and just store it right in here. Another thing is that there are charging cables here. So if I need to charge via USB-C or standard USB, I can charge my iPhone or any other device directly with the desk when it's plugged in. So let me show you my standing height. So right now it's at the sitting mode. I'm gonna press 2 and it's gonna go all the way up to 44 inches, although it can go higher than that. And you guys can see, let me show you a different angle. There we go, standing desk. And back to sitting, pressing 1. One more thing I wanna show you with the desk. All right, so underneath the desk here, that is the motor. And there's a cable that needs to be plugged in, and it came with these kind of plastic sticky adhesive cable management carriers, whatever they're called, I'm not sure. I put a few of them up here so that way the cable isn't hanging, and then I have it connected to my little outlet down here. I clearly need to work on my cable management. It actually doesn't look that bad up here, but cable management is something I have on my to-do list because it looks a little messy there. So FlexiSpot did not sponsor this video, but they did send me this desk for free free, which I was super grateful for. So super appreciative of this. Right now they have a Black Friday sale going on for the holidays. So if you're interested in it, I'll put a link down below. All right, so for my camera that I use the Canon EOS R, the very first R. I think I've been using it for about 7 years now, and it does the job. I use the 35mm lens on it that has an aperture that goes down to 1.8. I just record in 1080p. I don't use 4K, primarily because of storage space and just being able to quickly send files to my LucidLink server. And LucidLink is the cloud storage solution we use for all of our video projects because I have editors in 3 different geographical locations. On top of my Canon EOS R, so I can see myself better, I have a on-camera monitor by Andy Cine, and I actually just power it on using one of these batteries that you can buy separately for it. And that's just great because I can just like quickly look up and be like, oh, I need to move over to the left or to the right because I'm not centered in the frame. If you're interested in tripods, it's on a Manfrotto BeFree Live. It's actually a super compact and portable tripod that's great for traveling, but most of the time it just stays here and it's sturdy, and I know that it's a good brand and it's not going anywhere. So I'm gonna get into the lighting real quick, but I wanna show you what settings I use on my Canon. So I shoot at 1080p. I do 24 frames per second, or technically 23.98, and my shutter speed is 1/50. You can see that I actually have my f number, which is the aperture, at 3.5, not 1.8. And the reason why I have it at 3.5 is that if I reduce the aperture down, it actually blurs the background too much and you can't read the gal neon sign. And those are my settings. And who's here? Oh, why, hello, Mrs. May. And this is my dog, and she likes to come in and say hello. So I have her little bed here, and she's super cute. But I can't have her in here when I'm filming because of the hardwood floor. What do you think about the studio? Do you love the studio? Yeah? Do you like the bed that I got you? Oh, itchy itch. She's such a dog. I have 2 computers. I have a Windows and an Apple. For my Apple, I do most of my script writing here. I offload my footage to the LucidLink server for my editors. And then I also have a NVIDIA GeForce RTX laptop here. It's great for video editing, but it's also good for gaming because this particular laptop is the Republic of Gamers edition. So this is great so I can test my Gal Toolkit extension on both machines. When I'm filming though, I tend to record directly into my Apple. At least my screen records, I use a Capto for Mac. And then I hook up my microphone using the Lewitt audio interface. And this is my mic here. This is the Lewitt Ray microphone. So the Lewitt audio interface, it connects to the microphone with an XLR cable. And then there's a USB-C that connects directly into my laptop so I can record using this microphone when I film my videos. Now, I made a full review of the Lewitt Ray microphone. Definitely check it out if you're interested in learning exactly how it works. I also have my microphone on an arm mount, which I have mounted to the second desk here on the left because this desk itself is a bit too thick for an arm mount. So I have it here on the second desk, which I also use to just like put other items and equipment when I'm filming. Another thing is I don't only record my videos with one audio source. So I have always a backup. I use the Hollyland Lark 2 mic. So this can work with an iPhone, an Android phone, or it can work with a standard mirrorless camera, which is what I shoot with. So this part of the Hollyland here, it actually just plugs in via this TRS cable into my Canon. Really easy to do. There's just an input there. So that just hangs here because it's so freaking light. I don't need to clip it to anything. So let me just set this up so you can see what my main YouTube angle looks like and how I get everything situated before I film, including the lighting. All right, so now I'm going to record my Lewitt Ray microphone with QuickTime Player, File, New Audio Recording, and here I'm going to select Connect 2, which is the audio interface that connects my microphone via XLR cable into my computer via USB-C to create excellent quality. Let's go ahead and hit record. So now I'm recording here, and this is my setup. I did add my gal mug on the right just to create a good balance. The reason why I have it so wide is that this is kind of the establishing shot. We can always cut in a little bit for a closer shot of my face, and my editors always create like a circular mask when I have the screen recording, when I'm illustrating or talking about a particular moment in a tutorial. So what about the lighting? What lights did I choose? How many do I have? Well, I currently have the fill light on the right, the Aputure F21X, and then we have the GVM, great video maker key light. I have a tube fill light, the Amaran PTC4, and then I have a little panel behind me that kind of creates that halo. And technically, the gal neon sign is also a background light. So let me just like turn all of the lights off, and then I can turn them on one by one so you can kind of see what it looks like. This is how dark it is in my studio without any lights on. There's a little bit of light in the upper left corner. I have to fix that. So let's go ahead and let's turn on the neon sign with the remote here. There we go. So you can see how it adds a little bit of a backlight on my hair here. And that's pretty cute. Now let's turn on this little panel behind me. I'm just gonna go back here. All right. So that creates the backlight. You can see that it actually creates a nice silhouette look. And now let's put on the fill tube light on the left. So I'm just gonna go over here and turn that on. All right. There we go. So now you can see it just creates a little fill on my left side. And now let's turn on the Amaran F21X, which is mounted to the ceiling, by the way. And the reason why I did that is I don't want to have to worry about a stand in this walkway. So let's go ahead and turn this on. All right, so this creates kind of a nice fill light, and it also illuminates part of the background as well. And now we have to do the key light. So let's go ahead and let's turn that on. We can cut to what it looked like on the left without any light, and then turning on each light. And you can see that it creates a really nice look. Each little light kind of paints the scene. Now, everything that you're seeing and everything that I've talked about totals about $5,000, including the acoustic panels. That's actually not that bad. But again, I've collected these things over the years, and some of the stuff I've been given for free, such as this desk here. So I'm super grateful for this space and everything that I have to be able to make these weekly videos. And of course, I've blacked out most of the windows here. I have these curtains that black out the main doors, so that way I can control the lighting. And I recommend you control your lighting too, especially if you're doing more direct to camera content like I am. It's just easier in a studio space to block out all the light and not rely on, you know, daylight. It just changes all the time. I do have storage cabinets over here where I store like old equipment. I have some stuff on top that I collect, like old tripods, old Joby Gorilla Pods, some old lenses that I have. It's all inside of there, and that's just nice to have in any studio space. So if you have any questions about my setup here, just drop a comment below. And I believe right now there are Black Friday holiday sales going on. So if you're interested in any of the equipment, I've linked to everything down below and you can go check them out. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. And I hope that you found this video useful. All right, see you next time. Bye. Whoop. Fade to black.